Wicked, wicked. Jungle is massive. Wicked, wicked.
Hello, guys. We're moving on now with our next lesson within our R081. So last lesson, I did just purely a video that was on YouTube, and this time I'm able to do a video where I'm talking over the PowerPoint you're going to be able to see as well. So hopefully it'll give you a bit more explanation, and I can like doodle on this and all sorts of stuff as well. So for this lesson, basically, we are going to be talking about the pre-production documents again. So we're creating my map or a spider diagram, hand draw my maps, and different software applications that we can use as well. So for your starter activity for today's lesson, I need you to discuss the reasons for creating mind maps at the start of new projects. Why do we do them? What's the purpose of doing a mind map? In your list, put down a list of sort of projects where mind maps could be used, whether it's creating magazine articles, creating websites, creating software, creating games, whatever. And add that then into the PowerPoint you started last lesson, R081 L03. The next activity you're going to do, I want you to discuss the content and layout of my maps. So consider the overall structure of what a mind map looks like in terms of your nodes, your subnodes, and your branches that come off. The relevance of the content to whatever your aim is. So if your mind map is to do with creating a magazine article, how would you make a mind map relevant to that? So you need to discuss that, and how you'd expand your ideas out on a mind map as well. So if we've got, say, our nodes, then our subnodes, how would we expand from that? Okay, so we might have the node in the middle, a branch comes off, another node on it, and then we might have more nodes that come off, again, explaining, and you may have text articles that come off those as well, that are expanding your ideas out. Make sure that whatever you're discussing, you're very clear about it. What is the mind map you're discussing actually for? Again, add that into your L03 PowerPoint, please. Some key points then. So when we create a mind map, ideas and content must be linked by connections and have some sort of logical flow or breakdown between the nodes and the subnodes. It needs to be logically put together, not just thrown together. Note that you could have several mind maps for the same project and you can cover different aspects. So if we think back to when we were in school and we were doing our game development, you might have had more than one mind map on different platforms you would be going on, whether it was the games to do with PlayStation or games to do with Xbox, games to do with Nintendo, games to do with PC, games to do with console, or whatever. Okay, you might have had a different sort of mind map for each one of those things. Hand drawn mind maps then, the picture that you can see on your PowerPoint, that's hand drawn, obviously. You can see the hand, you can see the pencil. But on that then, hand-drawn ones are done quite regularly within all creative project design, and but those things can be scanned in, uploaded, taken photos of anyway. So if you feel more confident with hand-drawn anything that you're asked to do whilst we are off, then please do that. Take a photograph of it, email it to yourself, and then you can add it into your PowerPoint anyway. So simple mind map versus a complex mind map. On the left hand side, as you look at your screen, you'll see the simple mind map that has main theme in the middle, and then you have audience, purpose, timescale, colors around the outside. Then when a mind map will become more complex, so it actually then has the name of the project in the middle, then with different parts of that project around it. So in terms of the Jupiter project, it will have costumes, and then linked to your costumes, the crew and spacesuits. filming locations, studio, caves, desert, NASA, it all comes off and expands the mind map. Obviously, different mind maps are needed for different things, and more complex or more simple. If you look on the screen now, there's an example of a digitally created mind map. So this has been created using some software you can download online called FreeMind, and you can create mind maps with designated software like that, or you can just create mind maps as we've done in school using Microsoft Word, using PowerPoint itself, inserting shapes, inserting arrows and things, and then we can put little text boxes on and write if we want to. So everyone is quite capable of creating their own digital mind map if they've got the facilities to do it at home, or the hardware to do it, whether you've got a laptop or a standalone PC. It's easier to do than, say, on a tablet or a phone. If you're only working off a tablet or a phone, I suggest you're possibly better off hand drawing anything and then taking a photo of it and uploading it. So your first research activity, I want you to do a bit of research on what software can be used to create digital mind maps. So I just mentioned a couple in terms of the Word products that we use, but there are other Word products you can use. And have a little look through Google and find some examples. Try to include some pictures of that software if you can get them as well into your list. So make sure we discuss the standard Office applications like Word, like PowerPoint, like Publisher, but then Google some dedicated mind map creation software as well. Tell me what it is, possibly tell me how much these type of things cost as well, and take some screenshots or some pictures, get some images and put them in. And again, add all of this to your L03 PowerPoint, please. To extend that activity then, I want you to do a little review on the softwares you've come up with. Summarize different tools and techniques needed for creating mind maps. Obviously, if any of the software you find is paid and you need to pay for it, then don't do that. But if there are any out there that are free and you can download them for free, specific mind map tools, then possibly do that. Have a play with them. See how useful they are in terms of creating digital products. Review some Office ones as well. How easy it is to do it on an Office Word document or a PowerPoint or Publisher. Which one of those three is the easiest one to do it on? And if you create hand-drawn mind maps, how can they be digitized? I've already said about sending some photos in, but how else can we digitize them? How else could we get them sent through to your computer so that we can add them into your documents and whatever? And some people that have take business as well have probably already got a bit of a head start with that, because they've had, some of them have scanned some stuff in earlier on this year into their PC so they could include it in different pieces of work they were doing for business. Again, that activity, you need to add in a slide or two into your L03 PowerPoint, please. I do want you to actually create a hand-drawn mind map as well, just to show that you can do both. So it's not just about having digital forms of everything. We don't always have access to digital technology. But if you could use one of the following themes, whether it's sports, gaming, entertainment, media, careers, you choose whichever one you want as the student, but you just do a mind map based on that. And add that then into your L03 PowerPoint, take a photo of it, send it over to yourself. So overall for this lesson, what you should have learned about is creating mind maps again, or spider diagrams, however you want to refer to them, as a hand-drawn mind map, and looking at different software applications to create a mind map as well. Mind maps can be used for many different purposes, to organize thoughts, develop different ideas. For your final task for this lesson, I want you to create another mind map add it again into your L03 presentation. This time, your mind map is all about potential uses for a mind map. That's a lot of mind maps, okay? But I want to know the potential uses for what we use mind maps for within the last mind map, please. And again, make sure you add that in to your L03. You don't need to submit it yet. I'll tell you when you need to submit it. It'll be up on Teams, and you should all be submitting really your work onto Teams exactly as we would do in class in school. All of this, as I've said, via email, is working towards what you need to know for your exam. Any of the stuff that you're covering at the minute through these home learning sessions could come up in your exam. Your exam is going to be in January next year. And as well as that, we utilize all of these skills within all of the assessments that we do within class. So the 3 assignments that you have to do in class, we will use mind maps, we will possibly use storyboards, we will use visualizations, we will use all of this. So the more you're practicing, the more you're understanding of it now whilst we're not in school, the better understanding and better quality of work you're going to end up producing in the long run. Again, any issues, then please drop me an email, martin.warren@thedeanacademy.org, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. There are a few of you that have been doing that quite regularly already before we started seeing my face up in the corner. Okay, stay safe.